In early 2020, I'd been following the news of an emerging deadly virus. For over a month, it had been ravaging China's Wuhan province with an extremely high mortality rate. A coronavirus they called COVID-19. Not much was being reported at this point, so for the average American, this problem seemed far away or even non-existent. But if you were looking and listening, it was clear that an incurable pandemic was about to hit the world like a tidal wave.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus.
It didn't take much imagination to know this would soon be here. And then one day, it was.
A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say...
Okay, here we are, evening of March 12th, and it is a stark and foreboding period. They're calling the coronavirus a global pandemic. It's now officially a global pandemic. And, things are starting to kind of slowly sink in here in Oregon, Portland, that this is like a really serious situation.
The pandemic was also about to reveal some of our more bizarre priorities and behaviors. Okay, here we are at Fred Meyer's getting supplies and in the toilet paper aisle. It's the zombie apocalypse.
Our strategy now in Oregon is shifting away from one of containing isolated cases of COVID-19. Now we are focused on preventing the worst impacts of a mass outbreak from coming to pass.
With community spread now in Portland, the stay-at-home order was official. Our little family was now in lockdown. We're in our little self-imposed coronavirus exile here and self-quarantining.
The past 2 days, this massive luxury ship has been quarantined in Yokohama, Japan. 3,700 people may have been exposed to the highly infectious disease.
Living on the top floor of a downtown apartment building, I could relate to what it might feel like to be stuck on one of those cruise ships, denied a place to land. Here we were stuck in a packed building where it was impossible to completely isolate. We could only hope there wouldn't be an outbreak here. Amidst the fear and uncertainty, something unexpected began to happen. Time slowed down, and my mind began to rest, undistracted by life's constant movement and freelance hustle. I felt an internal calm settle in, giving way to what was really important and where to focus my time. Living days on end under one roof brought me closer to Sophie and the kids. And I could tell there was also something reassuring having us at home a lot more, instead of out always working.
Did you get,
Okay, we got the culinary wizard, Dashiell Frost, whipping up the killer din din.
Did you get any of, like, the onions?
No, they didn't have any. Adaptation was also key. Things we had previously been concerned about, like too much time spent on video games, I was now strangely thankful for helping keep the guys indoors and occupied. There were, however, close calls and constant uncertainty.
I started sweating yesterday, and I have this cough that hurts my chest.
Okay, here we are. Getting tested.
And I'll go ahead and get a good sample. So this says takes up to 20 minutes.
But in the end, we had been lucky.
Honey, you're so embarrassing.
After nearly a year in self-quarantine, what felt like an endless winter began to thaw.
A moment of history made in Michigan. The first shipments of the Pfizer vaccine left the plant in Portage this morning, marking a turning point in the fight against coronavirus.
The vaccines were finally here. Perhaps we had made it through. Our little family would survive this ordeal, a year that had changed so much about ourselves and the world we live in. But this pause in life came at a brutally high price. To date, over 3,382,902 people and counting have died worldwide. The United States, considered the world's most scientifically advanced and economically developed country, also showed itself to be one of the world's most divided when it came to the COVID-19 crisis, leading to the highest death rate of all the developed countries, with 586,329 Americans dead and counting. We're not out of this yet, but I am thankful for the glimmer of light that we are beginning to see. And as this all fades into our collective past, I hope that we can keep part of it alive in our memory and remember the things we have learned about ourselves.